welcome back to the channel. Dodgy Gamer here with episode 2 of Beta Bocas, our Football Manager 2020 beta save. And this time, no jokes, no skits at the beginning. It's because he couldn't think of any. Hey, beat me, cool it. Anyway, no jokes, no skits this time. We'll just start with a thank you. Thank you for the interest in the first episode. We have had, as is normal, for the new game and the new save, we've had quite a high number of views, higher than we were getting towards the end of Football Manager 2019. Lots of likes, but also lots of new subscribers since putting up the first episode of Beta Bocas, which you can check out over here. If you haven't done so already, we've had 10 new subscribers to the channel, so thank you very much for that interest, and it shows in the stats when I go through it. We had almost 70% of the views coming from subscribers in the last episode, so let's get some more. If you have already hit that subscribe button, great, thank you very much. Please hit the like button, drop me a comment, tell me about what you think of the episode, your favourite football teams in Argentina, and your favourite players from that region also, go ahead. And if you haven't subscribed already, go ahead. If you feel like it, hit that subscribe button and help the channel grow some more. So today we're going to get into our first matches of the save, but first we're just going to talk through a few changes I've made, a little bit of tidying up I've done around the place. But first of all, we have brought in some new staff. We've got a goalkeeping coach now, we've brought in some other coaches. I've still got one space available. Advert is running currently as we speak. One thing I didn't notice last time, the head of youth development is a quite aptly named player, or quite aptly named staff member, rather, Regen Heart. I just hope that doesn't mean he finds it hard to find regents. I don't want to think about the other possibility of what that means. Had a little bit of a clear out in the recruitment team. You may remember from the last episode we had something silly like 17 scouts. Went through them, had a look at them in more detail. One thing I noticed is there's a lot of scouts here who are rather old. They're in the Over the Hill Club. They should have been retired long ago. This guy promoted to Chief Scout, 75 years old, been at the club a very long time. We've got other scouts down here, not that one, he's only 39. We've got this guy, 71 years old, Mastrangelo, former Argentina international. We've got Madoni, 78. Madurga, 74, also a former Argentinian international. And Almada, 71. There's a couple of 60-year-olds in there, but they're spring chickens. I just couldn't bring myself to sack these old boys. I did sack a couple of more like 40, 50-year-old guys who had judging player ability and potential ratings of about 10. But I quite like this. It endeared me to the club a bit more, I have to say, that they've got these old characters around who are, just waiting to be told to go off to Colombia and check out some new players there. We've also brought in a data analysis team, chief data analyst, and a couple of people to work with him, and also a loan manager. That was something that was being managed by one of the scouts, so I do wonder if that's just a role that hadn't been, adapted to the new options that are available yet. In the transfer market, you are not going to see much activity. You do see much activity, but this is much activity that took place much before I arrived. So, all of these signings, Daniel De Rossi and Juan Hurtado, Alexis McAllister, these were all made before I officially took the job. The only signing since I arrived is a 16-year-old Regen Hard. Decided he was one for the future and snapped him up on a free. So I did not stand in his way. Overall, I have to say, I'm fairly happy with the squad and the balance it's got. The only area I was a bit concerned about was a lack of depth, perhaps, at centre-back, especially as we'll get onto the tactics in a minute. I have been using a tactic with 3 centre-backs. But what I did there was I promoted Mingo from the under-20 teams. He's only 17, but already 2 stars current ability. If we just take a look at him, I think he's got the potential. If we can play him against some of the weaker teams in the league, get him a bit of game time, I think he's going to progress very nicely. Now we have unfortunately picked up a couple of injuries. Salvio and Zarate are injured. De Rossi, I've been told by the medical team, he needs to rest for a couple of games. This tactic's been alright so far. You'll recognise the shape of the team. I've used this before in the International Manager Mystery and even back on Football Manager 2018 with Gençler Birliği. So a back 4, 3 guys in the middle with 1 DM, the 2 wingers or inside forwards, and a lone striker up top. This was a formation recommended to me by my assistant manager. I'm making a bit more of an effort to listen to the staff, seeing as that's one of the big new features of the game. So I have experimented with this a bit. Custom tiki-taka, so we got the wing-backs, the 3 centre-backs as I mentioned, and so on. The only problem I found with this is we do dominate, we create a lot of chances, it's just we're not converting them. If I show you where we've used that particular tactic, we used it in these 2 matches. San Lorenzo, who are a pretty big team in Argentina and one of our local rivals, we absolutely dominated. They hardly got a shot on goal, we got about 30, but it was only 1-0. Then San Martin, smaller team, we were away from home, similar thing, and it was a late goal that we had to rely on. We also used it in the first leg of the Copa Libertadores tie, and we dominated. We should have won that game. We hardly gave them a sniff of goal, but it was 0-0. The other formation, though, with the flat back 4, the defensive midfielder and the wingers, we used that in the cup, albeit against a team from the division below, and we got quite a handy 2-0 win. We used it in our first league match, and we got a 2-1 win. We had to come back from behind, but those were much better goal-scoring performances. So for that reason, I'm going to stick with that formation today, despite the fact that these 2 guys are not really suited to playing that role, but they're the only option we've got. So we're playing ATP. Obviously, haven't got the name fix installed at this time. I'm not actually sure what team that is. Maybe you can help me out in the comments. Into the dressing room then, and we're going to tell the teams, entertain the fans, give them a performance to cheer for, and get out there and make a difference. Well, we've made Abila look happy, so that's something. Okay, standard questions. These haven't changed much. What do I think of the performances of a couple of players? Why have I chosen a particular captain? Blah, blah, blah. Anyway, here we go. Early chance with a corner. McAllister takes it. Oh, I thought he should have got to that first, but never mind. He stole the ball back, straight back to the keeper. But okay, chance to reset, rebuild. Mass now gets it, cuts it inside. We're being patient. Nice short, direct, crisp passing, and then switching the flanks. This is something we've been doing very nicely in pre-season. Bufferini's made the run, and a belter of a shot there. An absolute screamer, but it doesn't go anywhere. But we're on the attack again. McAllister's got it now. McAllister does not have great vision, that guy. That's one thing I would say. And now the break's on, but the keeper saves it. Good job, Andrada. Yeah, McAllister, I've noticed that in the pre-season friendlies, does not have the best vision. There's so many times when he should just pull it back, wait for the overlapping fullback, or, play in a low cross instead of going for a shot. He usually makes the wrong choice. Anyway, here's Bufferini. He brings it inside to Almandra, gets it back, and there's the header. Abila has scored the goal, his first goal of the season. A nice one, son. We're 1-0 up inside 15 minutes. So here's a replay. Bufferini plays a little kind of 1-2 with Almandra and fires in the cross. Simple header. That's what we like to see. So here's our keeper. We're playing it out again, out to the fullbacks again. I do like them to distribute to the fullbacks, but Mass has given it away. Nikau was quick in there, and straight away, what was the goalkeeper doing all the way there? What, like, seriously, what was the goalkeeper doing out by the penalty spot for that? I mean, I know you can close the players down, but no, that just did not look right to me. Look, he rushes out, but then he just stops, and no. You would not rush out when the player's collecting the ball like 10 yards outside your box. I can't believe they've scored with their only real shot of the game so far. Oh, and now we've picked up a potential injury, a bruised ankle. That is not good. I hate having to change formation mid-match. Well, we're going to go to half-time. We'll see. We'll assess at half-time. Would be good if we could get a goal before half-time and re-establish our lead, which our players deserved. Here comes the injured player, Reynoso. He fires off a cross or a shot. I guess he couldn't use his injured foot. Oh dear. Alright, so we've taken Reynoso off. We've also taken Campuzano off, so we can bring on Tevez, and we've dropped these guys back to inverted wingers rather than inside forwards. Told the team to show a bit of desire to make sure we win this. At the moment, we're going out on away goals. Okay, make this our ball, but no, the header's gone straight to the Brazilians. And they've got a chance to build something, but they've given it away. The quick cross is whipped in, out to McAllister, who fires off a shot. I don't know why he's doing that when we're supposed to be working the ball into the box. But hey-ho. Right then, a throw-in. I've just given a shout, demanding more. We've got focus. We need to push forward and turn that focus into a goal. It's football focus. That is great focus, gotta say. Fantastic focus, guys. Come on. Come on, you're better than this. You've been doing so well prior to this, but okay. We won the ball, but we've given it away again. This is like playing the International Manager Mystery with Mongolia. Come on, get the ball off them. Get the ball off them and keep it. No, we've got too much space here for Jonathan out wide. He gets the cross in. Again, we're just not clearing it. The shot's fired in. It goes over. This is not working. Okay, here we go now. A throw-in. Mas gets it to Tevez. Mas now whips in the cross, and there we go. Finally. Finally. Albia puts us 2-1 up. Had a feeling this was going to be a goal. Tevez just did the sensible thing, played it back. Mas drilled in the cross low. Ibila was in the right place. He knew where that was going. They made our final substitution, just swapped over in defence as one of our defenders was performing pretty poorly, and we're into the last few minutes. They're focusing their play down the wings, but nothing's coming of it. We're into stoppage time. Are we going to hang on for this 2-1 win? Just got to tell the boys to concentrate. Oh, and it doesn't matter because we got to full time without any further highlights. Well, we made harder work of that than we should have. I mean, look at the stats. Dominated the game, but you know it took a bit of hairdryer treatment to get a result out of it. In the end, ultimately, we'll say that was a good win, and we're through to the next round. Okay, we've got another Brazilian team next. SPO. Sporting something? Alright, but that's the quarter-final matchup, so we'll be looking forward to that. Let's just see how that plays out as far as the schedule goes. So, there you go. Coming up either side of our match with Lanús. You can expect to see those in episode 3. Okay, so we're back for our second match of the episode. We are playing Velez. So we're sticking with the same kind of lineup that we used, but we've got Villa back now, so he's a bit better, a bit stronger in that inside forward position. We still don't have Salvio and Zarate available to us. Salvio, you can see here, he's going to be out for potentially another 2 weeks. Zarate, he's imminently returning to fitness, 4 days. He should be back very soon. Okay, so maybe I do need to go into the transfer market to pick up a couple more players who can play as an inverted winger. We've still got a few days left for that. Okay, that's good. I got the players reacting to my team talks, looking happy, gaining confidence. Always good to see. Anyway, Velez with the first ball forward, the first kind of forward-facing play that we've seen, but it's our chance to build something here. Villa cuts inside, switches the flank to McAllister. McAllister cuts in as well. Overlap from Mas. De Rossi back in the team. He's playing it inside with Marconi. And forward to Hurtado. Hurtado takes it forward. 1-on-1. I would add 1-on-1 with the keeper. He gets the early goal to put us 1-0 up. So look at that. Nice play from the midfield there. They were just patient about it. De Rossi, beautiful through ball to Hurtado. Hurtado took a couple of touches, slotted it past the keeper, and we're in the lead. Hurtado, as you can see here, new signing, Venezuelan, 19 years old, so a bit of a young hotshot. And McAllister, is that going to stand? Looked like it might have been offside to me. Indeed it was. It doesn't count. We can see here when the header comes in. Yes, Hurtado is offside, unfortunately. Sorry, McAllister was offside. Okay, our ball. We got a chance to build something up on this right flank. It's played over the top to Capaldo, who's 1-on-1 with the keeper, but this time we only get a corner. Right then, let's see what we can get, if anything, from here. That's not really going anywhere. Marconi's going to pick it up, but he's got 2 men with him and he's been dispossessed. The break is on, but good recovery to get back and knock that ball out for a throw-in. So we get to half-time with our lead intact. We've restricted Velez to just 1 shot so far. I'll say things are going well, but you're capable of better. 1 player responded positively to that, but okay, no one reacted negatively. So that's all good. De Rossi is fired up the man who created that goal. But much like the previous match, we've slowed down a bit in the second half, it would seem. Okay, ball's played forward to Hurtado, and that's got to be a penalty. That's got to be a penalty. Indeed it is. Who's taking the penalty? Goltz, one of our central defenders. I don't think I actually set the penalty takers, but doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. He got the goal. We're 2-0 up. We'll praise the team again. Plenty of praise for these boys. And wow! Wow! Capaldo with a screamer from the edge of the box. Absolutely fantastic strike. Puts us 3-0 up from out of nowhere. Let's have a look at that again. So the throw-in comes. Hurtado knocks it down. Mass whips in the cross. The defender heads it out. Capaldo, boom, on the volley. Straight into the back of the net. Great play. Just a couple of substitutions then. We brought on Alonso in defence and Tevez. Give the youngster a bit of a run out. Here we go. Velez are going to try and make the finish to this match interesting. They get a header off the corner. First real attacking highlight we've seen off them, but nothing comes of it. Okay, and Campuzano comes on as our final substitution. Again, Velez have a corner. What's coming from that? Nothing. We've cleared it. McAllister plays one forward to Tevez, who's one-on-one with the keeper, and he scores. It's 4-0. 2 one-on-ones in this match going into the back of the net. Absolutely fantastic break. I think Velez had just put too many players forward for that corner. They lose the ball there. McAllister plays it through. Tevez cleverly stayed inside his half so he wouldn't be offside. Runs straight through on goal. Does not roll back the years. Okay, Velez then with a late throw in. It looks like they're still chasing something, even though I don't think they're going to score 4 goals in the remaining minute plus stoppage time. 3 minutes of stoppage time it is. And this has been quite a comfortable victory. There we go, boys. Well done, well done. Into the team talk, we of course say in that case, very happy with the result and the way you played. So that puts us top of the Superliga, and I'm pretty impressed with that. I'm glad with that second game because I was a bit concerned about the tactic as we used it against ATP, but it obviously did the job there, albeit against slightly weaker opposition. I did not realise that they were managed by Gabriel Heinz, the stalwart of the Manchester United defence in the not-so-distant past. So there we go. Today, 2 matches, 2 wins. Pretty good start to the season so far. We don't want to jinx it, but that means we're through, as we said, to the Copa Libertadores, and we sit top of the league. So next episode, I'm thinking we'll do something similar. We'll have a league match and a Copa Libertadores match, whether that is Lanús and then SPO, whoever they are in the Copa Libertadores, or SPO and then Rosario Central. We will see. I'll see how the next couple of league games go and which one of those is more likely to be the juicier, tastier, top of the table clash. And that's where we'll end today's episode. So I want to thank you very much for watching. Please do hit that like button if you've enjoyed today's episode. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so already. Drop me a comment about these Brazilian team names or, your favourite teams, players in Argentina and so on. I love all that interaction, or any suggestions you've got for improving our tactics and, any suggestions for transfers. Go ahead and drop those down below as well. But for now, I'm Dodgy Gamer. This has been Beta Bocas, and I'll see you again soon.